Jagannath keeps prodding me with questions. So this time of our life, I'm now crossed 70, and some of my god brothers are even 80, crossing 80. I know my dear Shamsundur Prabhu, he's now crossed 80 last month. And I noticed that even my tendency will be there, and some of my god brothers are also having this tendency that we think that we've become useless and ISKCON doesn't want us, doesn't require us. Of course, some of our leading god brothers are so wonderful that what is the need for talking to me? But I've been realizing that it's our family tradition. At crossing 70, Srila Prabhupada put his foot on the American soil the first time. He began his most glorious phase of his devotional career after crossing 70. So we did not get all of these gifts, all of this mercy, just to sit back and retire in our old age. That's not a very, I think it's not a very glorious approach to our devotional career. In fact, this is the very, very best time. And the opportunity is there also. Srila Prabhupada, yes, he had the incredible devotional field of action, deserving that. And in every way, the whole world, the whole culture, the hippie culture, all of the turmoil in the world, it all conspired at that moment to be perfect, to receive his guidance and his preaching. And wonderful things came of it. But there's a similar set of circumstances now, similarly auspicious, different, but auspicious, in that so many devotees have been made and initiated by our god brothers, and so many people around the world now. It's must be 10 times more than when Srila Prabhupada was with us, maybe more than that. And they need attention, they need encouragement, they need guidance. There's a wonderful thing about getting old, is that not having increased my abilities in any way over the years, but suddenly, because I'm old apparently, the young devotees want to hear and they feel encouraged. And I in turn feel useful. And this is actually Vedic culture. There is no retirement in Vedic culture. When you look even in the family system, traditional family, when the young people grow up and they have children of their own, the grandparents become more important, because the mother and father, they're busy running the household, running the business, supplying all the requirements, and it's only the grandparents that have all that time to give the extra attention, the extra affection. And moreover, there's a wonderful relationship between grandparents and grandchildren, that somehow the grandchildren become more dear, even though the parents, they have unlimited love for their children, but then those limits expand when the grandchildren come. So who are the grandchildren? Grandnephews, grandnieces, they're all our children. For a Vaishnava, if we could ever become a Vaishnava, actually everyone's our children. Everyone deserves our love and our attention and our assistance. And in fact, this is our obligation. We don't get all of this kindness and mercy and joy of Krishna consciousness for some free thing. I mean, it's free in one sense, but it creates an obligation. And that obligation is that there is no retirement. Retirement is to die. That's the only time. And I'm feeling that obligation now very much so. Somehow I've been fortunate that some of the grandchildren have poked me in my indolence, in my ignorance, and reminded me that they still value us and they want our attention. So it's time to actually wake up and put more energy, that this last phase of our life can be the most glorious phase, as it was for Srila Prabhupada. It was his most glorious phase after crossing 70. So that's our family tradition, and I think that's our obligation. And at least for me, I know many of my God brothers are doing so much. I haven't done very much for Srila Prabhupada, but maybe in this last decade or two, I can actually do something meaningful. I'm hoping for that anyway. So I encourage this relationship for the so-called next generation and next generation, whatever, to reach out to the elders and wake them up and tell them, hey, we need you. We still need you. Let them be inspired. And for those of us that are older, this is our hope. The incredible sincerity, enthusiasm of the next generation is so inspiring and so much value for us. So the relationship just gets richer and richer. The opportunities for devotional service are unlimited. And this is the continued kindness of Mahaprabhu, and as expressed through Srila Prabhupada and all of Srila Prabhupada's followers. It's an ocean, and we can swim in this ocean. It's an unlimited ocean. And by diving in deep, it goes on and on, beyond even the last breath. It keeps going on and on.